Still pretty new to this, but I thought I'd do another video showing off all the junk I've been collecting for the past year and a half of getting back into comic books. Pretty much takes a little bit of getting your hands dirty and a little bit. I barely spent as much time as I really could to get deals, but show what I've been picking up. I originally missed the first week this came out, and after I started looking for it, nobody had it. But I was able to get the Wonder Woman, and then they got the Justice League one, and they weren't getting the Scott Campbell one back anymore. And actually, every bag I bought, I just bought one of each bag and actually got all the ones I wanted, the color. I didn't want the sketch or the black ink. No, that was just the colored ones I liked the most. The Justice League, I still have to say, is probably the coolest one. Just her with the red SWAT looking helmet, all of that one, and just the torn up dolls. Cyborg, it's being put in a lot of stuff. It's pretty much paid all cover price for all these. The only one I have in a top loader is the Campbell one. And the guy I actually got this from that had it, I didn't think he would have it. I really don't go to his comic book store because he's a little overpriced, but I might start checking his stuff a little bit more because I actually picked up this guy for 20. This is, it's been around for a while. It goes for, way more than 20 bucks, and got it for 20 bucks. I think he had one of his other guys working there, but I pretty much was happy to come across this for 20 bucks, and it's pretty close to near mint. I don't think I'd get anything higher than a 9.0 or maybe a 9.2 at best, but 9.2. I never know though. The only thing I can find on it is a small, you can see that scrub right there. The corners are perfect, and it's a thick enough comic. I think, let me see. Yeah, I actually only see that scrub in one corner. And there's no color break, it's just a corner that's slightly creased. It's that little rub right there. But I was happy to pick this up for 20. The colors are cool, it's Campbell. It's kind of a homage to New Mutants 98. In totally different colors right here. It's red, you get in more color. It gets kind of purpley if you get in the right kind of, I don't know. It's one of those really super bright looking ones. Kind of looks like a cool Silver Age Spider-Man or something, but yeah, if you pretty much look, I picked these up for $1. Second print of Bishop, $1. First print of Bishop, $1, and that one is signed. I haven't looked into who signed it, if it's the artist or the writer, but I picked these both up for $1. And these aren't worth too much, but they're worth more than $1. And with the way X-Men movies are going right now, X-Force, New Mutants, all that stuff, Bishop, Cable, all those guys are going to be brought up soon, so yeah, that's pretty much my childhood, so those are cool buys. This was $3. First Firestar. Starfire is a little more popular from DC, but for $3, this one's in awesome shape too. It's a pain in the ass using the phone because I'm like throwing around these comics. This is a toy reprint. I can't afford the real thing. It's the next best thing. The other next best thing is the 86-87 issue that includes Hulk 180 and 181, which I have. Just those two stories thrown together, and the front cover has kind of this old school Wolverine look. But this reprint's cool just to put up, or maybe put in a top loader and display it, because I can't afford anything that nice. I bought where are they at? These that they gave out in comics, or they gave out in the newspaper. They were free, pretty thin. Colors on them were nice. I got the not for resale. I think when I was a kid, I had a post office reprint of this, and the best reprints I think I've seen around. I haven't seen any, out comic book stores, out in the wild, anything like that. But the Mexican reprints, from Mexico. These are pretty close to the originals. They don't have any of the borders. They don't have any of this junk on it. Just pretty much looks like a pretty close copy of the original stuff, but and here's a Secret Wars I paid $5 for. It's in pretty awesome shape, but I actually, where's it at? Give me 2 seconds. Couple more seconds. Where's it at? I have this copy I picked up for $1, and this copy's got to be a 9496. This copy's in awesome shape. Like, everything is perfect on this copy. To my eyes, back and front, corners, everything, staples, all that's awesome. And I thought I wanted, for 2 copies, pay $1. This one was $5. Not even a horrible comic, a horrible deal at all. Comics are $2.99, $3.99, $4.99. Sometimes now they're like $5.99. So buying something older that has a value and has a really cool story that's not going to get old is cool. So I pretty much looked at it. I spent $3 on each copy. So this copy's getting hard to find. The Spider Island, Mary Jane on it. Picked that up for $2. I got this for $1. I'm guessing it's Ramada Jr. signed it. The funny thing is I can't tell that bottom is. It looks like an 80. This comic's from 83. Not the best condition, but it's a cool cover. And if I ever got it, looked at, and it was signed by Ramada Jr., that would make it quite a bit more than $1. I got paid $3 for this. Supposedly, this is the first work Frank Miller's work on Daredevil before his kickstart on the series. I picked this up for $1. Not in good shape, but I can say I own it. I don't care to upgrade it. Picked this up for $1. Can't afford the real one. Don't really care for the real cable unless I can, find it for under $20. Second print, the gold version. Which I actually think some of these cooler ones, you obviously see more of the first print more, and I think more people abuse these second prints because they're like, oh, I'm never going to be worth anything, But the Spider-Man 361 in second print, I picked this up for $6. I've been thinking about getting the first print, but the silver print's just as cool. I literally picked this up 4 months ago. Only paid $6. I think the guy at the comic book store I go to in the back had a special box mixture of Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, Batman, and some Spawns. Some Spawns I picked up that I liked, but some of those cover swipe Spawns and some of those ones. But I just don't think he had it back there. It's not like it was an old price. I think he had the same idea too. He might have charged me a little bit more, but I pretty much did a quick buy, got what I got, and I got out with this. Yeah, because I turned around and bought this from him. I even paid $8 for this, $9 for this. This one's in awesome condition. And even these are so many underrated stuff. This Omega Red issue, 4 and 5, both for $1. Both awesome covers, minus Jubilee on that one. Not really give. Jubilee's kind of been around long enough and grew up with her, but she's still kind of a dorky character. But I've actually been buying the X-Men animated series because I passed them up when they first came out because I was like, I'm not going to shell out 15 or $20. I'll watch it on Netflix. I think it was on Netflix that time. And they're impossible to find. I went back and I've been watching them, and Jubilee actually has kind of been growing on me for some reason. When I was a kid, I didn't give two shits about her. Her and her yellow jacket. $1 for New Mutants 100. Pretty low grade. But for $1. And I think I got this at the dollar store in those stupid, but I think I looked this up, and I guess this is a really popular title, and there's not too many floating around, so I picked this guy up. I don't think there's been any more reprints. This is, first reprint of this, our first print of this. So, and then there's a Wildcats one, big Grifter fan. Oh, come on. It's a cool cover, and then this is even more cool cover. I got this at, that was $1. Picked this up, saw this at Five Below in those 4-packs. And I cracked some open, actually like grabbed the ones I wanted, and I've been looking at this one because Todd McFarlane does the art on this one, and I have the one I just showed you. I have that one signed by Jim Lee. I think I paid $12 or $13. I bought this, I think, 2.5 years ago. I just really liked Grifter, and I like the cover art of it. It's almost kind of 3D through his top loader in the camera. Because look at that. That looks but I just really want some signed by Jim Lee. The signature's kind of sloppy, but he kind of goes back and forth what I've seen of his signatures. But yeah, the only thing with Wildcats I picked up is Grifter. Now that DC owns them, I picked up some stuff with Deathstroke and Grifter, which is really cool. And Voodoo from Wildcats. She was always kind of drawn, kind of hot, like some Witchblade or Lady Death or Gen 10. And there's some of my spawns. There's a newsstand 1. 4. Is that like Violator? And 9. I think I paid 5 or 6 on eBay for this. This was a pickup, I don't remember. My issues, these ones I picked up. And this one I bought on eBay. I got paid $6 or $6.50 for this. Guy put like flawless near me, but I was kind of like eerie because he put I think he said he bought it in a, what's it called? I forgot what it was, but I was just kind of rare because he wasn't a comic book seller, but he had comic books. I've never been totally disappointed, but I didn't expect it to be perfect, but there's some stuff that would bring it down to maybe an 8.5, which still isn't horrible. And I don't see anybody spending a bunch of money on this comic, but now that Marvel's bought her and made her, I guess, Thor's sister, I really don't know anything into that, but I think this comic's a little overpriced. She's a cool character, but if this comic, people are trying to sell this comic way more for all the freaking copies they made of this, even though, but this is slowly starting to rise. I still don't see how this is more expensive than these two, but okay. Being a Spawn character, I'm just kind of like, that's really dumb, but there's Gen 13, paid $6 for that. This comic is awesome. I was happy to get this. Ninja Turtles, awesome cover with Krang. I pretty much got rid of all my Ninja Turtles but that one. And I finally got like 2 copies, paid $1 for each one of these. Let's see, some older Spider-Mans. These are awesome covers. I think I paid a total of $10 between both of these. Juggernaut and Spider-Man early 80s. First Madam Web. There's a Black Cat. There's after her appearance, the origin Black Cat. These really don't need to be in top loaders, but I don't know. I think I'm going to go, I'm not really into buying all the overpriced Mylar, but I'm thinking I'm going to buy the really thick stuff and start putting some of this in. Some McFarlane 316. Let's see what else is in here. Scott Spider, signed. That was $1. That was $8. There's an M. Frost one. There's a Psylocke, New Mutants 2. Psylocke's first appearance. That was in a 3 for $1 at a coffee shop. And then you just go into the really cool Psylocke stuff. It's drawn really awesome. I'm a huge Psylocke fan, so there's a variant Uncanny X-Force. I already showed you that. I'm running out of time, but I'll make another video. Alright, peace.